YouTube, new family, what is going on? Just tested the mic. We are in the middle of Port Credit. It's a place where I don't really know. It's my first time here. I'm here because essentially I'm not killing the ego. I'm in the middle of the street, basically. People here, people there, people over there, people over here. But today we are here to interview people, get amongst the public and speak about the only GOAT, only greatest of all time, which is Yeshua, Jesus. And yeah, it's killing ego. Essentially, it's a message I got from a close contact that is connected. And, it's time to kill the ego that tells me to not speak about, Jesus in public, not ask people about their soul, their spirit, ask them where they are spiritually, speak about, just this whole topic. Basically, the past few years before, this journey, I used to speak about women. I used to just, do things just for women, approach women for sex. Even I was even about to interview women for sex, just asking them questions, like dating questions, who lies more, when are women, blah, blah, blah. But today we are here because I want to kill the ego, like I said, and essentially start interviewing people, seeing where they're at. This path, of course, you aren't always able to be in public. It depends on your gift. My gift is speaking, so I have to do basically what is chosen for me, which is speaking, to people, with people, at people, and interviewing and asking questions, helping people open up spiritually. So yeah, we're gonna see who is able to just accept the invitation, speak, and I got a little backdrop here. But yeah, anyways, so people here, people there, people everywhere. And I could have a little fear. I was like adjusting the camera there, and I was like, oh, there's people watching because their cars are parked, they're waiting for the red light. But who cares? No one cares. So anyways, we'll go, see where everything takes us. I only trust in the Holy Spirit. There's nothing scripted. I don't have anything, I don't have questions I'm gonna ask. I'm not listening prepared. So now, basically speak to those that want to be, spoken to, okay with being on camera, okay with sharing their light, their truth. And yeah, let's go. So, yeah, speaking to this part here.
All right.
So I have my first, volunteers here for my little interview. So, basically, we're gonna talk about kind of spiritual stuff. That's okay with you guys?
Yeah.
So you guys want to do names? No names?
My name's Matthew.
My name's Sarah.
Okay. And you guys, as I'm Dan, as you guys know, I'm Daniel. So we can start. There's no script to this. So essentially, do you guys have any, kind of encounters you've had in your life where you've, seen something like spiritual or something that's, out of the ordinary that you kind of made you question things? Maybe for yourselves or, something you felt within you that guided you somewhere?
Not really.
Not really, no.
How old are you guys, by the way? Under?
I'm 18.
19.
Oh, perfect. Okay. This is really good. Okay. Do you guys do any kind of do you guys believe in like habits, discipline? Do you guys okay? Are there any habits that you guys feel like you guys do that help you kind of get into a flow state or not really think?
I go to the gym.
Okay, how about you?
Yeah, exercise or being in nature and stuff for sure.
Okay. Do you feel like there's other things that kind of call to you more than other things?
I definitely feel like more physical activity or spiritual, psychological stuff in that kind of sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
I guess just being in nature, and I feel just really connected to it some nights for sure.
Nice. Okay. And have you guys had any kind of not religious, but religious background in your family? Do you ever went to a church?
Yeah.
What are your backgrounds?
I'm Roman Catholic.
Christian, just church, yeah.
Nice. Have you guys come across any verses and stuff like that? And it's a lot of bugs here, but
Yeah, there's a lot of bugs. I really like the book of Psalm, specifically 4:18.
okay.
It kind of speaks to me.
Nice.
I've read the Bible. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been super locked in on it lately,
Yeah.
but I know I have had moments it's really important to me and really just feeling deep into it for sure.
Crazy. Okay, it's actually really good. Okay. Yeah. So for this is I don't really believe in the whole religion thing.
Yeah.
I believe you can just have a relationship with Him. God, Jesus, and that's kind of all you really need. There's not there's kind of a lot of filters and stuff between. But for you guys, is there something that I mean, like, I guess in times, do you have like, I guess, moments of gratitude that make you, you know, or like,
Sure.
are there moments of like, I guess, faith you guys feel, or is it kind of, you know, I guess, kind of in control sometimes, or feel like you're second guess things?
Honestly, in like a bit of the more early to mid teens, I definitely did have a lot of questions, but I've been in the last year, I've been going to church a lot more. I've been trying to keep up with it, and honestly, I haven't really questioned it as much,
Nice.
to be honest.
I feel like I can definitely phase in and out of it. Sometimes it's just like a feeling, and sometimes it feels stronger, and sometimes you're kind of trying to do the right things to chase that feeling, and sometimes it can be kind of frustrating just not feeling that connection, I guess. But
Nice. Okay. And you guys are together, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And you guys met like in school or
over, yeah, like
Yeah.
social media.
social media? Okay. And you guys feel like there's some like an importance to kind of having something above you guys in your relationship that kind of holds it together, or do you feel like, I guess maybe ego can kind of get in the way and maybe like disrumble things?
It's a big question. But yeah, I definitely feel like having something there to connect like two people in a sense could really
Yeah.
help a relationship. And it's kind of any relationship, like relationships and family and that kind of thing. I just feel like having something kind of brings a sense of comfort in a way.
Nice. I'm gonna guys see you guys actually. You both have blue eyes, kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. But okay, so I mean, do you guys? I guess how you guys met? Do you feel like that was kind of like a coincidence, or do you feel like it was kind of planned?
I feel like there could have been a bit of fate in there, to be honest.
Yeah,
Like,
we had like a lot in common. It was
Yeah.
like kind of crazy.
Yeah.
yeah, it was
Okay.
weird. Like, we hit it off like right away. It was kind of
It's like a deep connection. Okay. And you guys have been together what, like a year?
Like
not
not
too
that
long.
long.
Oh, no?
No.
Under like 6 months?
Yeah.
months, yeah.
Okay, nice. And you guys are going to, I guess, into college, university right now?
Just finished first year, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's like kind of a big kind of crossroads in terms of like thoughts coming to your head, maybe like a lot of doubt and decision?
For sure.
Is there something that kind of structures you guys with that? Maybe like, you know, faith or, you know,
Yeah,
is there
for
something you guys are
sure.
leaning on right now? Especially because like, you know, there's so many things of like, you know, you can go into work, you can go into
Yeah.
studying more, you can go into traveling, you go into
Yeah.
like so many different avenues. Do you think like there's something that's kind of maybe helping that decision a bit more or like grounding you guys a bit more? Especially since you're so young, there's so many different ways you can
Yeah.
go.
I feel like my family specifically has always been really big on traveling, so that's something that I want to get into in a sense. So I feel like that could be something that guides me almost.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's a really big time of like figuring out yourself, and you're getting introduced to so many other people and so many other cultures, and I think it can make like teach you a lot about yourself and your values, and just like being present and just knowing like the people that are important to you and
Yeah.
what you can rely on.
Nice. Okay. And in terms of, I guess, influences around you, do you guys feel like you have a good structure? Like you guys feel like, you know, there's nothing being imposed on you, maybe like bad habits, vices, stuff like that? Do you guys feel like you're kind of, I guess, keep a good structure around, you know?
I'd say we have a good structure.
Yeah.
for
You guys
sure.
seem like good kids, actually.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's like I asked them and they're like, yeah, like right away, like no indecision about like the interview, so it's really good. I mean, for me, like this has kind of been like a public experiment because a lot of people they don't really want to like talk about religion. They see it as like I don't really believe in the whole religion aspect. I believe in like you having a connection. So like if I gave you a Bible, there's nothing that kind of breaks that. I don't want to like give you like laws. You just kind of read it and connect with it. So I mean. Is there something, I guess, this year that you want to work on with that? Or like, is there something that calls to you? Is it kind of just, like you kind of have moments, you kind of feel it more, feel it less? Like, how does it kind of?
I feel like I need to work on discipline a bit in a sense. I feel like being more driven is like a very important thing, and it's definitely something I feel like everybody could work on, but it's definitely a strength that I kind of want to get
Yeah.
better at.
I think for me, like I said, it can kind of come in waves. So I think just maybe like paying attention to what maybe I feel connects me more or what has worked for me in the past, and just being open to like new experiences and being open to learn. Like we're really young, like we don't know anything. So
Yeah.
I think just being open to whatever kind of feels right, maybe.
Yeah.
That makes
And
sense.
anytime you read the Bible, have you felt like any kind of wisdom that you felt you could apply to your life? Or is it kind of just like words that you kind of just didn't understand?
I feel like, especially like in Mass, I definitely feel a big sense of like it's a feeling you can't really explain in a way, but I
Nice.
definitely just
Good
feel
answer.
it like spiritually, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Trying to run out of questions here. I mean, yeah, like it is like more or less. I want to give you a background of what I do. Like basically I do like coaching, helping people align themselves. Because I feel like society, especially they want to have that relationship, but it's kind of hard because there's so many different desires that come at you. So many different thoughts that you believe are you, but are actually like kind of attacks from the devil, you could say. So you talked about discipline. Do you feel like these things that depression, anxiety, doubt, do you feel like that's something that is just naturally that runs in the family? Do you feel like it's something that can be worked on?
Sure. I feel like it's a mix of both because my family does have a lot of anxiety in it. Like my grandparents, my parents, like it definitely runs there, and I have it for sure. But I also feel like habits in my life, like working on going to the gym, eating better, like I've been kind of doing all that stuff, and it's definitely been a lot better. So I feel like habits are a very big part of life in general, and just how you live it.
Okay.
I would say like the same thing, just trying to keep some kind of structure, and like I think just those kind of things, they kind of hate a moving target, so just trying to stay doing something that is going to help you, I guess.
Yeah. You guys have any habits you do together? It's like something kind of unifies you guys. I mean, maybe gym or any kind of like hobby you guys have. I don't know, sport, dance.
Nothing. We really like to walk. Like right now, we're on a walk. Our first date was kind of a walk. So like, we kind of like nature and that kind of stuff. So I feel like that's a big thing.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, so you guys read the Bible, so that's good. And you guys are under 20 years old, which is crazy. And I mean, like the decisions coming up, do you feel like you want to keep that, or do you feel like you kind of want to have more control of what's happening? Because there's an element of faith of kind of letting go and like giving up to God, but also an element of also you taking the action. Like, where do you feel like you guys want to kind of approach the next, I guess, few months to a year with that?
I feel like personally, there's a big difference between, I guess, like trying to get faith to do things for you versus doing things with faith in a way. Because if you're just gonna kind of not study for the test and then pray the night before that you get an A, then that's not gonna be good. But I guess if you study that week, like work hard at it, try to, I guess but like faith and everything, God will kind of be there for you. God has a plan. So.
Yeah. Nice. One last question. Do you guys feel like there's any gifts you guys are kind of discovering as kind of young? Any kind of gifts that you maybe don't explain, maybe become easier to you that some people don't understand, or you maybe understand the world a certain way and some people don't really see it? It kind of makes you like an outsider sometimes, or you feel like alienated. I feel like there's something like.
I think like definitely going to university really opens your eyes a lot just to how much different you live from everyone else. Like at least at my university, like no one's really religious. Like there's very like common thought practices that I just wasn't really surrounded by growing up.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think for sure it's really different.
Okay. But for you personally, there's nothing that like maybe you do or some experience sometimes that like maybe makes you question a bit about yourself, or like maybe it doesn't feel normal to you compared to other people.
I mean, for sure, yeah. Like there's like you'll have feelings that come up, and it's kind of like, is this fate or is this like me tricking myself or anything like that? So I guess sometimes, yeah. I don't know if that answers what you're asking,
good,
but.
Yeah. How about you?
I feel like there definitely is a lot of doubt with like, I have a lot of friends that are very good at like certain things. Like one friend's really good at math, one friend's really good at sports, you know what I mean? But I feel like I'm still trying to find like my thing in a way. So there's definitely some doubt there, but I just kind of take life as it comes.
Nice. I mean, you guys are very young, so.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll leave it there. I don't have much on my mind, to be honest. But I mean, thank you guys for the time.
Yeah,
I know
of course. Thank
you
you.
guys all have gifts, by the way. You guys are watching. You guys have gifts too. So
Me
you guys
too.
will come as it comes on. But definitely don't pressure yourself. You guys have good souls. I could feel it. You guys are good kids. So yeah, stay the path. And I mean, thank you for your time. You guys got some wisdom from two young kids.
Thank you. Nice
Thank
meeting
you.
you.
You guys enjoy your night. Thanks, guys. All right, guys. Here with Manif. It's midway through his workout. Had to catch him, and we're just gonna speak. There's no script here. It's just kind of connecting, seeing where he's at. We're not imposing a religion. It's kind of just his connection to his own spirit, his own soul, what he sees in this life. Obviously, his life seems very physical, but there's obviously different elements to life. So I mean, Manif, do you have any? I guess what are your first thoughts about spirituality when you hear about it?
For myself, I feel like I'm a pretty spiritual person, like religious person. I follow religion Sikhism, as you might know. And then in there, like there's a lot of beliefs and like a lot of sayings from our gurus that we follow. Primarily mine's like, whatever you put towards the world will come back to you as well. Like if you are putting it outside, like good things into the world, good things will come to you eventually as well. And that's what I follow mostly.
Are there any, I don't know too much, but is there any laws you kind of follow in there, like kind of a way to live or like a book you read?
Yeah, we do have a holy book which is called Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Like all of our 10 gurus have like put all their sayings and everything into that book, and we follow it. All the teachings that we see in it, we do follow that as well. There's so much that goes into being a person like of good character, and like a lot of those things are being mentioned in the book, and that's what I follow too.
Okay. And it's something like, I guess, came from your family, just passed down?
Yes, it did. Initially, it started with them, obviously, but then as I grew up, like I learned more about the religion, about the beliefs that they follow, and then I kind of connected with them as well. So that now it's my own preference that I wanted to follow this religion as well.
Okay. And do you feel like a deep connection to maybe, is there a certain way you connect with it, like beyond obviously just the words? Is there like a feeling you get when you read the book, or is it something that?
Yeah, I feel like it's like my happy place. I do feel like I'm more at peace when I'm like chanting the chants that are in the book, or like when I'm like, reading it and getting to know more meanings, because that is the language that it's written in. It's not straightforward, so like you do need like a better understanding of the book. So when I do get to know more about it, it just puts me at peace.
Okay, nice. And in terms of, I guess, what you seek, is there someone you kind of seek to, maybe one of the gurus you seek to like kind of live your life after, or is there like maybe a way that they say to live that would kind of be like
I feel like a lot of our gurus, they kind of like lived for other people, sharing their blessings with other people, and that's what I want to do in this world as well. Like whatever I learn, whatever I am becoming, I just want to be in a position where I can help others reach their goals as well. So like that's where I'm.
And in terms of after this life, is there any talks about how that works, or like what you believe? Because sometimes things are written, but like what do you feel? Is kind of.
I do feel like there is an afterlife. I do feel like whatever we do in this life will be judged upon, like at the end of our life as well. And based on that, you will either go to heaven or to the other place. But at the same time, it could all be a belief too. But that's just what I believe in. Yeah.
Okay.
And
do you feel it like, I mean, because you said there's heaven and there's hell, and for me, like it's very real. There's been people that have died for a bit, come back, and they've all kind of said the same story about it.
Yeah.
But I mean, for you, I feel like you have a very good heart. I feel
you.
like there's someone that's very genuine. It's not looking, because for me, basically, I came across this, through a lot of ego. A lot of ego kind of separated me from God.
Oh, okay.
And I was, just lost in a lot of women. A lot of like escaping through parties, stuff like that. So
Sure.
it's not something that I kind of was chasing. Kind of, it was chosen for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, for you, is there kind of any instance like maybe you saw yourself kind of separating yourself from maybe your soul, and like kind of going into desires of the flesh, and maybe something that kind of got you back, or have you always kind of been this like straight?
I feel like it was more than me myself. It was like the people around me. Like I've seen like what they go through when they go towards like anger, lust, and like all the other bad feelings and like situations. So like seeing them, it kind of pushed me more towards like following the beliefs of our religion, following the way that our gurus have preached us to live our life, like a good life. And I think that's what kind of pushed me to like learn more and like grow with it.
And in terms of like a tool, because I mean, I don't know too much about like the gurus and stuff like that. Is there a tool that they kind of maybe say that is shared amongst the community? Because I know, like for Christian community and stuff like that, they talk a lot about the Holy Spirit.
Mm-hmm.
But is there something in the Sikhism community that they kind of, I guess, is blessed upon you if you're someone that aligns himself with the path?
Yes. So like for us, like in the Sikhism as well, there's something where like you'll drink the holy water, like it's a whole ceremony as well, and like by that you kind of get combined to the God as well, like get you're more closer to the God. A lot of people do it, but then with it comes like a lot of rules and regulations as well. It's pretty strict, so like it only depends on like how strong your willpower is to kind of follow all the rules and regulations and connect with the higher being through that, and that's primarily what's common amongst most of our people in our community.
Okay. And in terms of obviously you have that connection to your religion. Is there something that in that religion maybe it says how to connect with other people that maybe don't believe or don't see it? Is there like a way to like, because I know some religions maybe by force they try to convert people, or a lot of people by love, like maybe
Yeah.
by judging. Is there like a way that Sikhism kind of?
For us, we never push anyone to convert. To be honest with you, we just welcome everyone with open arms, regardless of whoever, either it's with good intention, the person's coming to us, or with ill intention, and hoping that at very end, like they will see the good in everything, and then will accept, whatever love we're giving to them. It's never about bringing them into the community. It's just more so like spreading love, and if they do accept it, which eventually love gets accepted, that's how it goes.
Okay. And in terms of your path here, because you've like kind of been your whole life through Sikhism, is there a moment that you've seen a big growth within yourself, maybe like overcoming challenges in the physical and the mental that you wouldn't be able to do before if you weren't following the religion?
Yes. So there's always comes a time in your life, you either you go through like a depression, or like some hard times in it, which could put you towards the dark parts, towards bad things like alcohol and all the other stuff. I did go through the part briefly, and then I think that kind of brought me more closer, because instead of going towards those things, I started looking more towards like our holy book, like reading it more, connecting and going to the temple, making it a habit to go every week. That kind of like connected me to my community more and kind of made me at peace.
Okay, I'll give you a deep question. That's okay.
Yeah, sure. Go.
Do you believe in depression? Do you believe that's something that's something's permanent? Do you believe that's kind of a spiritual kind of maybe attack by maybe enemies of that don't want you to kind of walk your path? Do you believe it's something you can overcome, or do you feel like something that's always like you're medically depressed forever and you have to take medication? Do you believe it's something you can overcome?
I no, it's a really good question. I do feel like it's something that it's real, like depression. It's definitely real, like all those struggles that people go through, and but I do feel like if you are given the right guidance, and if you do follow what your heart believes in, you can overcome it. You can slowly and steadily, little by little, come out of it as well. I started doing the things that I loved, like what I wanted to follow as a passion too. So that's kind of what pushed me out of it. Because those struggles will never end. Like there would be new struggles. Like you might overcome something, but then there could be something bigger standing in the way in a few weeks as well. But if you follow the same path, if you stay consistent, I think you can kind of start to manage your emotions better, and could come out of the depression or like any hard feelings that you're going through.
Okay, and one more question. Do you believe there's a path already chosen for you? Do you believe in like the whole thing of destiny, and like your path was already written through maybe Sikhism, or through who you believe in? Or do you believe it's kind of in your control, or fully in your control? Like what's kind of your take on how you live your
It's
life?
definitely not full in control. Like I do feel like there's definitely a path. There's definitely a plan by the God that they sent us here to do something, and I really hope that myself and everybody else can kind of see that plan. It might take us some time, and we might feel like we are not on the right path, we're not where we want to be, but I always feel, and I feel like a lot of people in our religion too feel that there's a bigger plan like at work. You might not see it right now, but eventually you will.
Okay, one last question. Your gift, do you know your gift? Do you feel your gift? Do you feel like something maybe day to day that maybe growing up, that something you couldn't explain, that maybe made you different from other people, maybe made you feel a little like that you couldn't connect with people? Do you feel like something that maybe that was?
Not so much like as a gift, but I do feel like I'm a more empathetic person. So like I do feel like I want to like help, like if I see anyone like out there who needs some help. So it wouldn't be a gift, but at the same time, like it's just a feeling that I have. Like if I see someone out there who needs help, like I would not say no. Like if it's in my power to kind of help them out. So yeah.
Do you feel like you can feel people's emotions almost?
Yes. Yeah. I do feel like if you see someone like walking by it, I could kind of sense like what they might be going through. Like I feel like it's easier for me to read the room pretty easily, and kind of like work myself out accordingly, so that I don't end up hurting people. I sometimes can be a little people pleaser, but not in a negative way, but just more so that like
You have a kind heart.
I
Yeah.
don't want people to get hurt, like not by my actions, not by my words. So like I kind of work it out that way.
Yeah, I feel like you have a very kind heart. Maybe you can see it in the camera, but I feel like I sense you have a kind heart.
Thank
So,
you.
I mean, yeah, I can feel that like you have a very empathetic heart. That's actually a gift, being able to feel people's emotions. Some people say
Thank
it's not something that like, it's kind of unnatural sometimes, but like you're able kind of be able to like be in that person's shoes is something that can help people get out of like a lot of things, right? Because like I mentioned, the things that I believe the world tells us, all these things, depression, anxiety, is something that can be worked out through spiritual, through connecting with something above that thing you're going through.
Yeah.
And I mean, for you, I feel like you can help a lot of people with that. Maybe you don't see it, but that's something that the world needs, because a lot of people try to say we see with our eyes, but there's things that you can't see
Yeah.
and only feel, and those things have a stronger power.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, I'm not sure if you have any questions about this.
No, all I would say is like, just like look out for each other, because like sometimes people might be putting on a smile, but like, they might have something else going on in their mind. Just look out for your friends, like, check up on them, whenever. And then, yeah, whatever faith you follow, I just hope like, you find peace in it. And like, no, and thank you so much. It was a beautiful interview too. Yeah.
Thank you for your time. All right, guys. So I'm here with Daniel. It'll be my last interview for the night because it's getting a bit dark. I'm not sure if you. Well, so we're just gonna kind of get into it. There's not really script for this. Like I said, it's just kind of connecting, speaking. So I was speaking with Daniel outside of the camera, and he mentioned he does have. You have no belief in really like outside of, the.
I don't believe in anything supernatural now.
Okay. And he said he was raised Roman Catholic, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And,
Well, I went to a Catholic
okay.
grade school and high school.
And when do you feel like you kind of disconnected from that whole thing that, I guess...
Oh, very early, like in teens when I was in high school.
Teens?
I stopped.
Was there something that kind of maybe made you lose your faith in it, or maybe you never had a faith in the beginning?
No, I never really had a faith. It was just... I think when I was younger, I think I did pray for a while, but then I realized I was just talking to myself.
Mm-hmm. Did you do it out loud?
What?
Did you do it out loud, or you did it in your head?
In my head.
Oh.
In my head.
Okay. For me, because I believe the things in your head kind of can make it deceive you sometimes. That's kind of like the whole element of like...
You mean if you pray out loud?
Yeah, like it's sometimes thinking, we're kind of told to think about everything. I believe thinking there's an element of weakness to that, where you're not really...
What else choice do you have? What to think?
I mean...
I think, therefore I am, right?
Yeah, but have you ever had like a time where maybe you were kind of flowing and weren't thinking? Maybe like doing something you like to do, like a hobby, maybe
I
biking.
play bass and play music. I love music.
So is there a time where you're just not thinking, kind of things come to you, you're kind of flowing?
I guess so. Like music, you enjoy the music, getting into the groove, and maybe something like that.
Okay. Is that the only time you kind of have that flow state where you're kind of just not really there almost? It's kind of just like...
I'm not really sure what you mean, really, to tell you the truth.
Like kind of like a flow state, like kind of just like, like I guess day to day you're kind of in your head, you're kind of thinking what you're doing, but sometimes you have an activity you do that's kind of for you, that you do it and you kind of just, it just flows.
Well, like I said, I practice bass and stuff like that. Maybe that's about it. And I have a cat. I love my cat. And
okay. Nice. And do you have a relationship or?
No.
No? Okay.
No, I'm just single.
I mean, in terms of like, I guess, is there any kind of habits you practice that you like that maybe keeps you, I guess sane, you would say, or like something that kind of makes you feel good, that you feel like you kind of anchor towards? Maybe is it like reading? Maybe it's writing? I don't know. Anything?
Oh,
creative?
no, I don't know. Go for a walk every morning at dawn, and no, I don't know.
And there's nothing, I guess, like in terms of like problems that you've like kind of everyone has their own problems, things that you come through.
Sure.
How do you kind of go about that? Is there like something you kind of just think through? Or is it maybe write about it? Is there an outlet you have?
Well, I think life is I think the Chinese got it right with the yin yang symbol.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? The black goes into the white, and there's a black spot in the white area and a white spot in the black area. And to me, that's perfectly symbolizes what life is. It's good with bad, dark with light. Mm-hmm. Like we have these Jehovah's Witnesses people who come here, and they believe that there's gonna be this great Armageddon, and they're gonna come back, and it's gonna be this paradise for them, this eternal paradise, and I guess they'll come back in their 25-year-old bodies or something, and they'll be around forever. And it sounds like hell to me. It sounds like I don't want to be in heaven. I don't want to be worshiping God all the time. That sounds stupid. I mean, that sounds miserable. I think you need the ups and downs. Life would be meaningless without it. to me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's definitely like light and dark. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
I mean, not that you want to be in a horrible situation all the
No, but
time. And
there's the like growth in darkness, you know. Like
Yeah.
I say, like you know yourself the most when you go through that darkness.
yeah,
And then, like the
or
light.
like people going through war and stuff like that. That's,
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I don't wish that upon anybody, right? You know,
Yeah.
that's too much.
Yeah,
That's not good.
but it definitely builds your roots, like you're saying. Like, you know, it's kind of what makes you grow. If everything's like, you know, like roses and daisies,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
never gonna really grow as a person.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't see this point of this eternal existence.
Yeah.
I don't know. I always have arguments with people about what they mean by spiritual, and they're going to be, when they die, they're going to go into this spiritual, ethereal state or something. It doesn't make any sense. So like what do you, what do you do all the time?
So what do you believe happens after this life?
Nothing. I think you die and life goes on around you, right? It continues.
But do you believe you come back as something else? Do you have any kind of like?
I don't want, that sounds awful. I have people, you know, what are you going to come back as what? Like a cow or something in a slaughterhouse or?
I don't know. Some people have different beliefs.
Oh, I know.
There's like a purgatory. Some people believe you come back as like, you know, I don't know. There's like afterlife, you know,
Right.
life before this life. Like, there's no belief you have of
No, no, you cease to exist. What? That's fine with me. I think that's why you should enjoy life. You should enjoy. That's why you should enjoy life. I think. Like to me, it's beauty that gives me meaning. Like the
nature?
sunset right now. The dusk. You know, just seeing the beautiful colors in the sky, and
Yeah.
that's what I mean. I like the natural universe. I don't see this need to believe in the spiritual or.
But you don't believe we're beings in a way? Like, you don't believe you have a soul or something, like kind of like outside of yourself?
No.
You just believe
You
like,
got a mind. You got a mind and
Yeah.
a consciousness.
uh-huh.
And that's a great mystery, of course.
And there ever like any hunches you have?
Any what?
Any hunches maybe you have? Like maybe you're doing something that, you know, it feels logical to do one way, but there's a hunch inside you that tells you to go right. You know, does that make sense? Like, you know,
Yeah, I guess. I'm
Yeah.
not sure really.
do you know where that word come from? Or like you ever question where that came from? Like maybe that feeling like, yeah, maybe you're talking with somebody, you just feel something about that person, maybe like an energy that, you know, doesn't make sense, but you just feel it and everyone else doesn't feel it. Like things like that. You ever had that?
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure to answer that.
And I mean, I guess my last question would be like, those moments where maybe, you know, you're not able to control everything, you know, like maybe something happens that you thought you had control over any area of your life, and something else different happens that maybe felt bad, but in the end, looking back, was better. Do you believe that's kind of some intervention, or do you believe that's something that makes sense to you at all? Like,
I'm not sure. Like I said, I don't. You can't control everything in life, right? Like I say, there's wars going on. I wish I could stop and stuff like that. And
what about destiny? Do you believe in that? Fate? Like your life was kind of a plan before?
No. I think you make your life. You make your destiny.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's perfect. Like, I like the chat. And I mean, I guess my last question is: do you feel like you have any gifts that you
Any-
were given? Any gifts?
Yeah,
Life.
being able to play music, and
Is it like a good ear, like a good understanding of music?
no, more rhythm and timing. As a bass player, I like that, and everyone's different, I guess, right?
Yeah, everyone has their own thing. Well, I mean, that's good. I like this. It was good. Thank you for your time. I mean, appreciate it.
Oh yeah, sure. I'm a management.
Yeah. So his name is, I mentioned Daniel. I'm Daniel as well. So it's,
You're Daniel too, eh?
I guess,
Cool.
crazy coincidence. Yeah. Do you believe in coincidence? I guess coincidences. You believe in that?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I think some people say there's no such thing as coincidence, or is that what some people say, right?
Yeah. It's usually like it's meant to be kind of thing.
Yeah.
What about like deja vu? Do you believe in that? You had that happen to you?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
It's just weird. It's just one of those things, right? You know.
Can't explain. Yeah. But yeah, interesting. Thank you for the time.
Okay.
My last interview. So.
Nice talking to you.
All right, my people and family, we are back at the place. I really enjoyed that actually. Looking back at the videos, about an hour and a half I was out there, and yeah, it was just high traffic area waiting for people. We got 3 participants, and if you guys are watching, I appreciate you guys doing the interview for me. And like I said, there was nothing scripted. I didn't have anything set up in my head. I just wanted to go out there and speak with people and really see where they're at, feel where they're at. we touched on a lot of different topics. You know, I don't want to force anything on anybody. It's not here to like, you know, impose religion or you have to impose, you know, Jesus. But, you know, really, he is a truth, the way, the life. It's something that you feel within you. It's not something that you can really scientifically explain. It's just something you believe within you. It's almost like, you know, your heart is beating, or you know that you're breathing. Like, it's just something that you just know, you feel. You've had encounters, there's different ways that he finds you. And, you know, like I mentioned, I'm not sure if I mentioned that in the interview, but, you know, he found me. I was not looking for Jesus on my path. You know, I was actually trying to escape myself through like drugs and women and parties and all these trips. And I was always like, just didn't want to be where I was. And he just found me. He just chose me. You know, he basically put the Holy Spirit on me with, you know, shame when I was coming out of a club at 7 a.m. And now we are here, you know, a couple of years later, interviewing people, you know, killing the ego, speaking, you know, about faith, about soul and, you know, spirit, because that's all that matters. You know, the world can see flesh, but when I was interviewing those people, I felt who they were. I felt their soul. I felt, you know, that they're a spirit, and they all had good souls. You know, even the one that didn't believe, didn't know he was a soul, he also had a good soul. So, like I said, appreciate all the guys that participated. This is the first, possibly of many, who knows? But, you know, I'm going to enjoy the energy I got from everybody. Obviously not fully in power, you know, because I'm not, you know, really able to flow and speak. I have to obviously be cognitive, is that the word? Or be attentive to the people, you know, ask them and get to know them and not just impose things. So, but yeah, hope you guys liked the video. Crazy. And definitely going to have a time where I can do a bit earlier. But like I said, it's perfect. I got to connect, got to kill a bit of fear, you know, approaching people and asking them, you know, if they can speak. Then I asked them about Jesus, which next time I'm going to do that. But yeah, anyways, much love, guys. Appreciate you guys. Like and subscribe. More coming, you know, different, you know, topics and ways of speaking. But like I said, I need to speak more. I realize that when I don't speak even a day, I just get in my head stories. I'm not free. And this whole lifestyle that I preach, the 0.01% lifestyle, is about being spiritually free. It doesn't matter what you have. What matters is you being free. So, you know, like and subscribe. I'm going to go to bed now. As you guys know, wake up before 5 every day. You know, don't miss. No vices, no drugs, no alcohol. You know, read the Bible every day, reflect every day, and train every day as well. Good habits, and then just get a lot in yourself. That's all that matters. So God bless, much love, and until next time, you guys are soul, your spirit. I care about you guys, and keep killing it.